How did Kennedy make his vast fortune?
Okay, well, I think first it's important to understand that his father made a lot of money out of being a Ward 2 boss in East Boston. And when I say a lot of money, they rose from poverty to being middle class. He sent Joe to Protestant schools. Joe went on to Harvard, which is really Protestant school as well at the time. And he made connections at Harvard with the Boston Brahmins, people of money who had money. His father, through his work as a Ward 2 boss, had this tiny, tiny bank called Columbia Trust. And he made Joe its president. And Joe brought his Harvard buddies into Columbia Trust to grow the business. He was extremely numerate. He understood everything through a lens of economics. He did not understand nuance at all. He didn't understand anything to do with rights of citizens or anything like that. Everything was economics. So from that very small beginning, he then began to work for Galen Stone, who were Wall Street brokers. He made an absolute killing on Wall Street long before the crash. He got out 2 years before the crash and went to Hollywood because he thought talkies, 1927, was going to be the next great thing. So he cozied up to the biggest Hollywood star around, who at the time was Gloria Swanson. They became lovers. He ran her company. He bankrupted her, but he went away with millions. And how he made his money, that first tranche of really big money was obviously the stock market. But then it was Hollywood when it was going to talkies, and he was a big film producer. But the money that he made was through the mergers of companies. And he became involved with Pathé and RKO and really made a huge amount of money with that. Then his third fortune came from whiskey. And that was in 1932 when he backed Roosevelt. He backed Roosevelt for a reason, became friendly with Jimmy Roosevelt. And there's a whole big story about that in the book. But he knew that Roosevelt wanted to quash the prohibition legislation. And so he actually was importing whiskey to America before that had been done. But and obviously because it involved Jimmy Roosevelt, it was quite embarrassing. But he was earning about $1 million a year from that business. So that's three fortunes.